No, I'm saying just take it off.
What are you doing?
Take it off. Just take it off. Take it off. That's all I'm saying. Just take it off.
Before that, I read some verse from Al-Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك ونساء المؤمنين يدنين عليهن من جلابيبهن ذلك أدنى أن يعرفن فلا يؤذين وكان الله غفورا رحيما. O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the believing women to put down their clothes, to cover their whole bodies when they go out. Such a way is more suitable for them to be known as good women, so that they are not disturbed. And remember, Allah is most forgiving, most merciful. Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 59. From the argument, we were called to discuss the study of the Orientalist views on the wearing of hijab for Muslim women around the world. This is because we found several articles against the wearing of hijab for women around the world, especially for Muslim women. For Muslim women, wearing the hijab is obligatory as commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 59. Therefore, we also wonder why Orientalists oppose the wearing of hijab for Muslim women, while there are also non-Islamic religions that order their adherents to wear hijab, like Christians and Jews. In fact, we also think that Muslim women have no problem wearing the hijab, because they wear the hijab as it is commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the right to carry out what Allah commanded His servants.
Okay, next I will present the research finding and discussion about the hijab issue among women. Okay, firstly, the Orientalist perception about real women are, in France, it's far recognized because of the contradiction towards the concept of freedom in terms of sexuality. Ladies in veils are considered submissive and in no way understand their own sexuality. Secondly, for some politicians in Western countries, veiled women are considered a group that refuse to integrate and unite in their country's society, which can cause problems in the country.
According to Muhammad Noor and Muhammad Said, the West criticizes that Muslim women who wear hijab, niqab or burqa are called terrorists in their country. It is due to the case of a random shooting in San Bernardino involving a husband and wife. In the incidents, residents who were involved in this occurrence stated that the Muslim woman covered her entire body including her face. In terms of image Muslim in Western global, Europe and America, Muslims are severely suffering from Islamophobia, specifically after the attack of 9/11. Many leaders within the Western international location are pronounced that they experience threat through symbols associated with Islam, which includes the veil that is worn with the aid of Muslim women. Mohanty found the generalization by some Western feminists discourse about Muslim women in several characters. First, it is seen that average third-world women are sexually submissive since they live based on their feminine gender. Second, by being part of the third world, Muslim women in veil means being poor, uneducated, religious, victims. On the other hand, the definition has placed Muslim women in veil as an opposition to women from Western countries who are well educated, independent, modern and having control of their own body and sexuality.
So next I will talk about the next point. Okay, Western societies frequently assert that they are defenders of the right and dignity of women. In addition, they contend that the headscarf requirement imposed by Islam has limited women's rights. They claim that Islam forbids women from wearing anything they like. However, they are unaware of how pervasive prostitution of women is in Western society as a whole. Additionally, they themselves degrade these ladies by reducing them to simple women in order to gratify their lust. United States, which is regarded as one of the most developed nations in the world, has one of the highest rates of rape cases worldwide. There were a total of 1,756 daily rape cases reported in there. This is based on a report produced by the American Federal Investigation Agency, which is FBI. The other researchers also state that the veil is one of the things make Muslim women more radical. In addition, they also think that Muslim women who wear the scarf as a sign of extreme Islam, which is linked to terrorism and the use of suicide bombers to kill people who leave Islam.
Next, I will present the counter-argue about the hijab issues among women. Firstly, according to NOOR LATIFAH 2017, imposing one cause via silencing the voice of the people in Muslim societies is the simplest result of any other colonialism. It can be certainly seen on how the West has ruled Islam from how neoconservative divides Muslim into two, which is bad Muslim and excellent Muslims. Secondly, according to SITI 2017, Butler found that for Muslim women in Afghanistan, hijabs are not only understood as women's jewelry, it also means a bond of brotherhood between brothers, a symbol of self-pride, and their sense of belonging and unity in a community. Thirdly, according to SITI 2017, it is very inconsistent with the understanding and purpose set in Islam, where women are required to cover their private parts to show piety to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, increase faith, and preserve their honor and dignity. At the same time, according to Muhammad Noor and Muhammad Said 2016, it gives glory to women and dignifies their position in Islamic society.
The fourth one is, according to AMIRAH, the veil is considered as modern and aware about women's sexuality. Moreover, the involvement of pious veiled ladies in Egypt throughout Islamic movement shows women in hijab are an active situation and not victimized. The fifth one, the topic of covering women's private regions with clothing is one that is hotly debated. According to Nazira, women have every right to choose how they want to dress and behave. Whether wearing a hijab or not, Muslim women should behave well internally, as this is more significant than outward appearance. The last one, Islam was given to people so they could have a calm, peaceful life in which Allah's kindness and compassion were always evident. So, the claim that Orientalists see the headscarf as a sign of extremism is not valid, since it hasn't been shown that Muslim women wearing a headscarf significantly affect anyone in particular.
As a result of this study, we can conclude that the struggle or agenda of opposition to the use of hijab brought by Orientalists or some movements is completely unfair for Muslim women. This is because they label the hijab as terrorist clothing. Another reason they bring is fighting for women's rights and stating that the hijab is the cause of the backwardness of a society. Their reasons for fighting for women's rights are not true at all because they themselves ignore the human rights to live based on the religion. Moreover, their resistance clearly shows that they are still in fear after several tragedies involving Islamic terrorists. Even they do not know the true teachings of Islam and get wrong information from the media themselves. Finally, our hope is that we need to practice the culture of reading true facts and sharing them with others so that they do not easily judge and misunderstanding something.